Welcome to the Central Bank of Malta Currency Museum. The Central Bank of Malta has a currency exhibition which shows the history of currency from ancient times till the modern day euro. I shall be walking through some of the salient features of this exhibition. 20 years ago, euro currency banknotes and coins were rolled out in 12 member states of the European Union. In actual fact, the currency had been in existence since 1999. However, the euro then only existed as a non-cash monetary unit. It replaced the European currency unit, the ECU, which came into existence in 1979. The ECU was not a real currency, but it was a unit of account used by the European Economic Community. Although the ECU did not have banknotes and coins, some European countries issued commemorative coins in that currency. Typically, these coins commemorated or celebrated themes closely associated with the European Union. The idea of a single currency lay in the Maastricht Treaty of 1991. 12 member countries of what was then the European Community agreed to the creation of an economic and monetary union and a common unit of exchange. In December 1995, during the European Council meeting at Madrid, it was decided to name the currency euro, replacing the term ECU. In 1998, the European Central Bank was created to manage the euro. The euro banknotes come in 7 denominations, ranging from €5 to €500, each denoted by a different color and variations in size. They were designed by Robert Kalina, an Austrian artist. The banknotes feature the map of Europe and architectural elements which follow the theme Ages and Styles of Europe. Thus, the banknotes highlight Europe's architectural legacy through the depiction of arches, bridges, gateways, and windows. This is a common European heritage and transcends national borders. The euro coins come in 8 denominations, ranging from 1 cent to €2. The coins have one side which has a common design, featuring the map of Europe and the face value. The reverse side features different designs, which are particular to each of the issuing countries. The coins highlight different cultures, traditions, languages, and identities, which, however, come together in the European project. Thus, one can say that the different euro coins embody the European Union's motto, United in Diversity. Malta adopted the euro as its currency in 2008. Its coins feature 3 themes: the 8-pointed cross, which is intrinsically tied to Malta and its history, the Maltese coat of arms, and a prehistoric architectural element, which refers to the outstanding legacy of Malta's ancient civilization. The collection of the Central Bank's Currency Museum shows that Malta's ancient history is in some way reflected in the money used on the island. The oldest coins found on the island are around 2,500 years old. Many originate from the Punic and Greek cities of Sicily and the powerful city of Carthage in modern-day Tunisia, which were produced in bronze, are the first to carry the name of Malta in Punic letters, Greek Melitaion and Latin Melita. The production of coins in Malta implies the existence of a minting house, which was probably located in the area of Mdina and Rabat, which was where the island's administrative center was located. In the ancient world, the value of coins was generally dependent on the type of metal used to produce a coin: gold, silver, or bronze, the purity of the metal, and the weight. This small coin contains around 1 gram of almost pure gold. It is a quarter dinar, which takes us back to the days when Malta was under Arab rule. The Fatimid Empire stretched from modern-day Egypt to Palestine, much of the Mediterranean coast of North Africa, Sicily, and Malta. This coin is particularly significant for Malta because the inscriptions on one of its sides say that it was produced in the year 472 of the Hijra, which translates to around 1080 in our calendar, and that it was produced in the Mint of Malta. The latter is written around the coin's circumference, which incredibly contains 85 letters of script. Coins like this were struck by hand using metal dies. It took a very skilled craftsman to chisel out all the script found on this coin on a die. Besides the constraint of the coin size, the die had to have an inverse image of what was to appear on the coin. We do not know what happened to the Maltese mint after the raid on Malta conducted by the Normans in 1091. It might be that the mint kept operating to meet local needs, but the absence of coins makes it difficult to prove this. Malta's currency needs during the medieval period were satisfied using coins imported from Sicily. The minting of coins was a right exercised by rulers to affirm their power and sovereignty. This was a right which the Order of St. John insisted upon before accepting the Maltese Islands as a gift from Emperor Charles V of Spain. The matter was not straightforward, and the order fought tooth and nail to overcome the emperor's opposition and assert its right to mint its own coinage on Malta. The order's minting tradition started in the 14th century on the island of Rhodes and was carried on in Malta. The order's currency was based on the zacchino, a gold coin which was closely modelled on the Venetian coin of the same name. The Venetian zacchino was a standard currency in the Mediterranean world, which is why the order zacchino emulated it in size, weight, quality, and even in its look. The order's silver coinage was generally made in conformity with the standards of the coins produced in Sicily, as this facilitated trade and reduced the trouble and risks of exchange. During its rule over Malta, the order had many challenges with its currency. The copper portray coin was an attempt by the order to increase the local currency to enable the building of the fortress city of Valletta to proceed. The works began in 1566, shortly after the Great Siege of 1565. With a depleted treasury, the order minted copper coins bearing the same value as silver coins. Workers were paid in this coin. Everybody knew that copper did not have the same value as silver, hence it was referred to as pataka, an Italian term for a worthless object, a fake, or a piece of junk. Quite tellingly, the Latin inscription on the coins read "Non ius sit fides," which translates "not copper but trust." Trust, in other words, that the coin was worth what it said it was. Although attempts were made to withdraw this coinage from circulation and replace it with proper silver pieces, a massive fortification program launched in the mid-1600s resulted in the production of large quantities of copper coins, which subsequently the order was not capable of withdrawing. The French Revolution in 1789 sounded the death knell for the order's rule over Malta. The order possessed many lands in France, Spain, and northern Italy, and their confiscation or loss as a result of the revolutionary wars represented a significant loss of revenue. In 1798, Napoleon Bonaparte, at the head of a French army embarked to invade Egypt, captured Malta on the way, bringing to an end the order's rule over Malta. Ironically, the French in Malta continued to produce coins which bore the image of the last Grand Master of the Order of St. John, Ferdinand von Hompesch. Although the French produced coins looked the same as those produced during the time of the Grand Master, it is traditionally held that the French made a small defacement in the dies, resulting in a small dot appearing in front of the Grand Master's nose. Following the Maltese uprising and the subsequent naval blockade by the British, the French authorities in Valletta started facing currency shortages. Due to lack of some materials, the mint was not capable of producing coins. Therefore, gold and silver were melted and cast into small ingots. These were weighed and had their value stamped on them. They were issued as money. But not everyone accepted them, and the authorities made it a punishable offense to refuse payments in ingots. The French surrendered Malta to the British in September 1800. 14 years later, Malta formally became a British possession. The Mint of Malta was closed. Gradually, the British introduced their own currency to Malta. However, first, British had to get rid of the legacy currency of the Order of St. John, which was still circulating in Malta, including a great quantity of worthless copper coins, some of which were worn smooth after long years in use. To facilitate the exchange, the British introduced into their system a small coin which was equivalent to the order's lowest value coin, the grano. The 1/3 farthing was first coined in 1827. It was of negligible value, and 12 of it made up a penny. The 3rd farthing was only minted for use in Malta, and the last time it was made was in 1913. However, the coin remained in Maltese parlance long after it stopped being used. Known as the habba, which is the Maltese term for a grain of wheat, people well into the 1960s still spoke of 6 habbit, 6 grains, to refer to the half penny. The brass 3-pence coin was first introduced in Britain in 1937. This polygonal coin, known locally as the tletsoldi, was one of the iconic coins of the post-war period, and it brings back many happy memories to persons, like buying sweets in their childhood or other treats, getting a favorite song played on a jukebox. Although Malta became an independent country in 1964, it kept using British coinage until it changed over to a decimal currency in 1972. The coins issued that year included the mils with their escallop trim and the polygonal 50-cent coin, which was a hefty coin. The coins were accompanied by a set of 3 banknotes, which included the £5 note with its exquisitely colourful depiction of a traditional Maltese fishing boat. In 1972, the Central Bank of Malta issued the first commemorative Maltese coins in gold and silver. These coins were issued in conjunction with the Order of Malta, which was based in Rome. The order was also instrumental in the setting up of the Malta Mint in 1973. The Mint produced many Maltese commemorative coins, as well as coins used for circulation purposes. The Mint ceased operations in 1995. Today, Malta gets its coin requirements from foreign mints. Money is principally a store of value, but many times there is much more to money than just face value. Money could be used to make a political statement or a religious statement, to propagate the image of a ruler. It tells us about the history of a country and about people's lives.